Welcome to Haugen Racing, guys. Today we're checking out RMS Odi Bakchis.
Odi Bakchis out front. Odi risking for the biscuit. Oh boy.
I think I said his first name right. I just always called him Odi. So Odi Bakchis competes in Formula Drift, for those of you who don't know. He's honestly, I feel like he's so underrated a lot of times because he is absolutely one of the best chase drivers in the freaking game.
Look at that, Odi.
He's another one of those guys who has his recipe. He actually drove the same freaking S chassis in Formula Drift for you guys probably know better than I do, but I think it was 8 years or something, just ridiculous. It was the same car. He just kept making little improvements, fixing it, and using it. And he finally built this new S15, so I kind of want to show you guys that. This is kind of the first runs in this thing. He did convert it to left-hand drive. Hurts me a little bit. He's one of those guys, like I said, that kind of has the recipe. And a lot of guys do stick to either left-hand drive or right-hand drive, and they don't really stray away from that. So I'm actually surprised. I thought he would put a sequential in this thing, but he just has a dog box from what it looks like. But it's one of those things, I don't think he ever had a sequential in his other cars, and so that's what works for him. That's kind of what he uses. This is that balcony on Willow Springs International Raceway in California. Look how freaking fast this thing is. Also, look at the freaking entry. My man. Fatty flick, clutch kick entry, little handbrake, kind of drag himself out there, get close on the wall. You guys notice anything about the steering? He's so he's off throttle, right? And he kind of handbrakes, wings it out there, crap ton of angle too. And then once he's on throttle, he's very, very committed until his second adjustment right on the wall. And then again, super committed throttle throughout the rest of that turn. It's not all jumpy. It's just to where he wants to be, holds it. Okay, so this is every 2020 championship run. We're not gonna watch them all, but we're gonna look at kind of some of the highlights. So he is just on him so freaking close right there, and then takes a little bit of a gamble there, and we see this a lot on this corner because it is so fast and there's this really low angle, and then you kind of flick it towards the wall, and then it's high angle and a much slower turn. And so he really wanted to maintain that proximity and just took the gamble and couldn't slow it down fast enough and just tapped him. God dang it. Oh, here we go. M versus Chelsea Nova. Oh, pretty sick. Both these guys and Matt Field have just been on one this last season. And this is obviously last year, but this current season right now, they've just been on one. Oh, that's a freaking bummer. So that clipping point, it just went under his car. And sometimes that happens, it gets lost in the suspension or under one of the tires, and there's really it's really up to fate at that point. There's nothing you can really do. Okay, so also, fun fact about Odi Bakchis, he drifted a Genesis Coupe. Some of you guys that are fans of him, you obviously know that. But you guys that have been around for a while with Haugen Racing, that was obviously my first competition drift car was a Genesis Coupe. So, you're probably wondering, we both drifted Genesis Coupes. Did we know each other, or were we working on them together? Honestly, I was basically just copying what Odi was doing. I was just in Pro-Am, and so I got in touch with him and the guy that was helping him develop the suspension, and I basically was just always a step behind where they were. So they would try a new addition, and I'd get the one right behind that. So mine was always just kind of a step behind Odi Bakchis' Genesis Coupe. But it was pretty fun, and that kind of brought me and Odi together, and now he's a friend of mine, and he actually sponsors our cars. He does all the fuel suspension coilovers. Everything's tested, they're built for your car. I mean, it's as good as it gets, so.
Leading, Odi Bakchis giving chase.
So even in the dang Genesis Coupe, look at the freaking proximity. Obviously, he could be a little closer. There we go, now he's kind of getting up on him.
These guys are throwing it all out there for you guys across the globe.
He's an animal.
Odi Bakchis
Ooh, so tight freaking on that transition there. That was insane. All right, so this is kind of becoming the new thing with the React videos. We go to the Instagram, we find some in-car stuff, so that's exactly what we're doing. All right, here we go. So he says this is during practice at FDATL with him in the chase field in front. God dang it. I'm telling you guys, like, he is an animal in the chase. This is just a practice run. So much freaking handbrake there. Like I said, his car is so fast and gripped up, and Matt's car is pretty dang fast too. He was on a little bit tighter line there, and so I think he was just kind of trying to maintain that proximity and kind of pull himself back. That's kind of a technique. If you get in on a closer line, you can kind of like keep drifting a handbrake and kind of pull yourself back. That's not ideal. You obviously want to swing and get on the same line as them, but it is a technique. So there's that Horse Thief Mile, which if you guys haven't seen me talk about it, it is absolutely one of my favorite tracks. It's so freaking cool. It has these crazy inclines and declines, and it's like on the side of a mountain, basically. I mean, like every video we've watched, okay, so before when we watched the Forrest Wayne react, I was like, is he like king of wall rides? Because like every video we see and every time I've seen him in person, he's always like on the wall riding. Is Odi like king of chase? Because like every video you see, he is just completely on him in the chase. It's outrageous. Again, look, there he is. You can't lose this guy. I'm telling you, I freaking love Odi. He needs a championship. He deserves it so much. There's a lot of people that will say like, this guy's a good guy, this guy's a good guy, and it gets tossed around so loose in the drifting community, and there's really, it's not always true. But Odi, honestly, he is a good guy. So he, in my opinion, really deserves a championship. All right, I'm gonna cut it on that. That was Odi Bakchis, obviously a savage driver in the chase. Is he king of the chase? What do you guys think? Comment below, let me know. Also, we've done a lot of these, but there's still plenty of drivers to go check out, so let me know who you guys want me to react to next. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like and hit that subscribe button. Also, we are competing in Formula Japan next year. Super stoked. We're building an R32 Skyline for it, so you guys can check out that build series right here, and we'll see you guys in a couple days. Peace.